Arsenal team news and predicted lineup versus Nottingham Forest for January 17. Arsenal continue to set the pace in the Premier League, currently 6 points clear of Manchester City. They are favourites to reach the Carabao Cup final, having beaten Chelsea 3-2 in the first leg. The Gunners are also through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. On January 17, they return to league action and travel to Nottingham Forest in the 17:30 Greenwich Mean Time kickoff slot. It's difficult to see anything other than 3 points for Mikel Arteta's team, but can Forest spring a big shock? Here is our Arsenal predicted lineup. Arsenal predicted lineup and team news versus Nottingham Forest. How Arsenal have lined up recently. Arsenal ended 2025 with an impressive 4-1 win over Aston Villa. So far this year, they have beaten Bournemouth 3-2 and drawn 0-0 with Liverpool in the Premier League. Regardless of the competition, Arsenal continue to line up in their familiar 4-3-3 formation. Read more, best Arsenal players to wear the number 14 jersey ever. Against Chelsea in midweek, Kepa started in goal, with Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel, and Jurrien Timber completing the defense. In midfield, Arteta went with Declan Rice, Martin Zubimendi, and Martin Odegaard. In attack, it was Leandro Trossard and Bukayo Saka supporting Victor Gyokeres, Arsenal team news. In the pre-match press conference, Arteta was asked if there were any new injury concerns, and responded, no. When pushed, if any injured players could return to face Forest, the Gunners' boss said, "It might be, so I need to meet now with the medical staff. We have a training session now to see if somebody is available for the weekend." I can't tell you, Arteta said when asked who could return. Arsenal predicted lineup. GK, Raya. LB, Lewis Skelly. CB, Timber. CB, Saliba. RB, Timber. CM, Zubimendi. CM, Rice. CM, Ease. LW, Martinelli. ST, Gyokeres. RW, Saka. Why Premier League requested Arsenal to wear blue away kit for Nottingham Forest game? The Premier League have requested that Arsenal wear a different version of their away kit when they take on Nottingham Forest this weekend. All you need to know is Arsenal wear a unique strip for their Premier League trip to Nottingham Forest this weekend. Premier League request: the Premier League has officially requested that Arsenal wear a modified version of their away kit for the upcoming match against Nottingham Forest. This unique adjustment will see the Gunners pair their current blue away shirt with alternative grey socks, prioritizing visual accessibility. The specific change was requested to assist viewers and players who may be affected by color blindness. By altering the sock color, the league aims to create a clearer visual distinction against Forest's traditional red home strip or Premier League title race. Arsenal enter this fixture at a critical moment in their quest to become the champions of England. Depending on other results in the league, a victory in this match could potentially move Mikel Arteta's side 9 points clear at the top of the table. Recent competitive success: the team arrive at the City ground with significant momentum following a 3-2 victory over Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. This win featured goals from key players Ben White, Victor Gyokeres, and Martin Zubimendi, placing them in a strong position for the domestic final. Historical kit precedents: this is not the first time Arsenal have been forced to adapt their uniform to meet specific competition regulations. Earlier this season, the club wore a similar combination of grey shorts and socks during a match against Athletic Bilbao to satisfy UEFA requirements. Frequent uniform changes: the club have demonstrated flexibility with their matchday attire multiple times over the last 2 seasons. Examples include wearing alternative shorts against PSV Eindhoven in the Champions League and using white socks during a recent FA Cup win over Portsmouth. Respect for the opposition: despite Forest's current position in the league standings, Mikel Arteta has expressed high levels of respect for their setup. He praised their manager, Sean Dyche, as a top-tier coach who makes his team incredibly difficult to play against. Challenging match expectations: Arsenal anticipate a very tough physical and tactical battle when they travel to the City ground. Arteta noted that Forest has a proven track record of securing impressive results against the league's bigger clubs this season. With the minutes of Jesus and Havertz now being carefully managed to help them regain full match fitness, Victor Gyokeres' performance on Wednesday night felt particularly well-timed. Arsenal currently have 3 strikers with contrasting strengths, yet many Gooners would have placed the Swede third in the pecking order if all were fully fit. For that reason, contributing a goal and an assist in a major semi-final could hardly have come at a better moment for the 27-year-old. A moment of character under pressure. Some will argue that there should be no overreaction to what was, on the surface, a simple tap-in. That may explain why Gyokeres did not overcelebrate at the bridge, instead turning towards the away fans with a look that suggested defiance and frustration, fully aware that this contribution was overdue. However, the finish only came about because he gambled by making the run in the first place. Too often this season, Arsenal have seen inviting crosses delivered without anyone attacking the central area. While that movement should be expected from any forward, it is rarely seen from one struggling with confidence. That is why midweek offered a revealing insight into Gyokeres' personality. With his place in the starting lineup more vulnerable than at any point since his arrival at the Emirates, he showed courage rather than caution. A debate that still remains. Many players in his position might have played it safe, fearful of making mistakes and settling into a long-term role on the bench. Instead, even before scoring, Gyokeres was willing to take risks and was unafraid of getting things wrong. Although he has not matched the scoring rate he enjoyed in Portugal, it is not as though he has been missing a high volume of chances. Those experienced in the role often say concern should arise not when chances are missed, but when none are created at all. That is the central debate among the fan base. Was it simply easier to score for Sporting Lisbon, or does Mikel Arteta need to do more tactically to involve an out-and-out goal scorer? Jesus and Havertz offer mobility and link play, so while Gyokeres may point to the system, he also needed to demand greater involvement. Perhaps the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final will prove to be the turning point in his Arsenal career. Dan Smith. The 100th article in 4 months. Haaland is a phenomenon everyone wants to compare based on Gyokeres' stats in Portugal, which is much easier. The team, especially Saka, still are not playing. In the balls he can optimize. Return of Jesus and Havertz is great for the team at this point where normally we have players getting injured. Let's keep going. Gyokeres had a decent game against Chelsea, which may have been his own turning point, but unless he develops what Lineker described as a striker's natural anticipation, I don't see much of a future for him at this level. Gyokeres has struggled for various reasons, but the main reason being him and the other attackers not being at all in sync. Trossard sometimes finds him, but there is nothing between him and Saka, who is our biggest attacker and threat. They are completely out of sync and it clearly affects our attacks. When Saka puts a dangerous cross or cutback first time, Gyokeres is nowhere to be found. When Gyokeres makes a great run for a tap-in or easy chance, Saka turns blind and doesn't make the pass.